Welcome back to Manor Lords. In this episode, our community finally gets a church. We upgrade the village in preparation for the coming months, switch our focus over to logging, and watch as our villagers do what they can to survive their first winter. Don't forget to like and subscribe to see more Manor Lords content. Now, grab a drink, sit back, and enjoy the video. So we can build a church, and I think we should build one because our villagers are getting quite jealous of their neighbors. So let's place it right here. I looked around quickly. There's no really logical place to put it. I could put it over here in the back, but I feel like that's kind of tucked away. I want the church to be in the middle of town or near the entrance to the town. Same thing over here if we place it along this road. I can't get it to snap. Yeah, right here. That's also quite tucked away. So I think I prefer it over here. I want to leave space on the side to get to that stone deposit behind. So this would be fine. And the entrance lines up with the road in front. So that looks pretty good to me. And there we go. They will get to it. That's quite a big building project. It takes some time. So let's fast forward this a bit. There we go. A beautiful little church. And the first thing you have to do when you build a church is select the church bell sound. We have this one. This one. That one sounds like it's broken. Yeah, it sounds like someone's holding on to the bell and doesn't want it to ring. I like this one. That's a nice deep one. All right. Very nice. Let's build a road right now to the back, before I forget. Let's grab it from here. There. Oops. Let's actually build the entire stonecutter camp right now. Like that. And let's connect it to the road. Like that. That seems good. And I just noticed our regional wealth has increased quite a bit. So our traders got to work and sold some of that fish, which means we can now choose to buy goats or pigs and what vegetables we want for our backyards. So let's start with this one here. I want carrots for this one. There we go. Might as well build the expansion while we're at it. Add a second free home on the lot. And then we had this guy. You have chickens, that's fine. And you, now do we want pigs or do we want goats? Pigs give you pork and they synergize well with woodlands, which I think we have a lot of. If we look at our environment here. Oh, we're actually almost half meadow. Okay. So, pork, or we could have goats, which give you milk, and once in a while they'll give you whatever chevron is, and hides. Is that tallow? What is chevron? Anyways, some milk and hides and chevron. I think I'm gonna go for the goats. And we could already convert this to the small holding that we unlocked because of our origin. That's very cool. I think I'm going to do it. The thing is, though, is they become... The people who live there become attached to that house. Like, they will not do other work at all. So that's the trade-off. And we don't have a huge amount of free families right now. We only have 2 unassigned families, so... I think I'm going to wait for that, and I'll do it with this plot here. with the carrots, and we'll see how much that affects the yield. I think I'll use that one first, and as we get more families moving in, we could upgrade more plots to the small holdings. Which reminds me, I also want to upgrade these ones here. So we could add a house to this plot for 2. And once that's done, we'll add the backyard. And this guy has a tiny backyard, but we can do something with it. We only have 28. That's not going to be enough, I think, for the... Maybe beets. I think we could get beets for 28. Or the chickens we just get right away. Let's do the chickens. We like chickens. There we go. A cool trick to know if, you know, which plots you could build an additional house on is to hold tab. And that shows you, you see that green green hammer there, means you could build one more house on that plot. And it gives you other information as well, so that's very practical. Right now it's not so bad, but as the city grows, when you get, you know, dozens and dozens of burgage plots, it's kind of hard to keep track of which ones could still have an extension built, so this is always a cool trick. I also just noticed our farmers plowing by hand. That's because I forgot to purchase an additional ox for them, because we unlocked the option there to use an ox permanently to plow the field and do the farm work, but we have to assign an ox, and I'm not sure I want to assign one of our current oxen to that. I want to have them free for construction jobs, so I think we're going to buy another one if we can. We have 23 regional wealth, and we can. It only costs 20. Do I need a hitching post for that one if I assign it to the farm, though? I think we'll just buy the ox, and then we'll see if we get the message that we don't have enough stable space, which we have right now, okay? And what if we assign it permanently? Does that do anything? No, it does not remove it. So let's build another hitching post somewhere. Let's just put it next to the existing one. And we got a message that our storehouse is full, so let's upgrade that. We have the planks, we have the timber. Let's upgrade it immediately. And while that gets built, let's have a look at our merchants over here. Got the food stall in front, common goods behind it. I love the marketplaces in this game. They changed it, though. Previously, when you had backyard extensions that, at level 2, you could have extensions that turn into blacksmithies or clothiers' shops or things like that, and those people used to set up shops in the marketplace. Now they've changed it so that they don't do that. Only the granaries and the storehouses workers will set up shop, but it's still cool. I love this little pond. This little hidden pond. I didn't see anyone fishing it, though. They are. Someone in the woods here. Ah, here he is. And there we go. The worker is using the ox to plow the field. It's going way faster. And there's also only one worker doing it instead of having everyone there in the field. That's way more efficient. So I like that. I'm just not sure of the placement of my hitching post. I don't know if that matters. I mean, if the ox is permanently assigned to the farm, do you even need a hitching post? Like, is he... I guess when they're not plowing the field, they're going to bring the animal back to the hitching post. So I could have placed it closer by, but it doesn't matter. Actually, maybe here might have been a good... No, that's a house. I didn't see the fence here. I thought I could have placed it here. But I think it's fine. Here we can see the family working in their backyard, planting all the carrots. And we should perhaps upgrade them immediately to a small holding. And the conversion is free as well. I'm doing it now because we have 2 free houses, and I know I'm going to be getting some more migrants soon, so it shouldn't be a problem. I'm not sure if sowing the fields needs to be done before the winter for the yield to be 100% in spring, or if they could still be sowing in spring. So just to be sure, I'm going to add a family. So we have no more free families for construction, but it's only temporary. I just want them to sow the fields quicker, make sure they're done because we're already in November. And the sowing is pretty much done. So let's remove one of the families from the farmhouse. And now I think it's time to add some more burgage plots. So let's start by putting a road down here. Let's make it go like this. Here we go. And now we're going to build the burgage plots. All right, let's go for that. Now, I'd really like to be able to upgrade some of these houses to the level 2 burgage plots so that we could start getting some passive wealth generation and just moving the village along. However, if we try to upgrade one, we can see that we haven't met all the requirements yet. We do have church and water access, that is fine. We have enough fuel as well. But in the food category, all we have really is fish. We don't have any foraged goods, we don't have any vegetables or grains. And I don't want to go looking for berries. I know we have some berries further away, but I don't want to start building over there. I think we're just going to have to wait until spring. Well, not even spring because we have to wait for the harvest afterwards. We're going to have to wait until next year when our farm is operational. And that's going to be our grains. So until then, we won't have any level 2 buildings. Doesn't mean we can't keep upgrading the village and building some more amenities and things. And when we do get enough food, we'll just upgrade a bunch of houses to level 2 at once, and we'll just go faster to level 3. The carrots here are coming along nicely. We can start to see them. As well as the goats. Here we go. Got some goats. And the neighbors have their chickens. And we could hear the church bells ringing. Now that we've got 96 wealth, we could start building some backyards to some of these homes. This one has a nice big one. We could build an apiary. Provides a passive yield of honey and wax. Let's do that. We still have 58 wealth. So the neighbor... Let's go for a vegetable garden, and we'll choose maybe beets or cabbages, just for variety. Because we have to remember, we do get a bonus to food variety because of our origin. Increased approval, 10% from food variety. So I don't know if the more food we have, the bigger the bonus. But let's roleplay into it anyways and try and get as much variety as we can. And then we also have no one else. This one here. Oh, I just clicked the wrong thing. That's all right. We'll add a house instead. We'll do it afterwards. We can do this one too. Here, let's also add the house, actually. I want more. We really need more families. That's the really the limiting factor right now, is the amount of workers available. The fun thing about these secondary houses is that they take much less time to build than the actual property itself. And we have our first snow. We're now in December. We have about 5 months worth of food. That's because all we have at the moment is fish, and we're also selling part of that fish for our regional wealth. So we don't have a lot of food. Next year is going to be a good year for these guys because they're going to get their farms up and running, some wheat, and hopefully some more food. So with winter now upon us, I'd like to try focusing our attention on logging, because we don't have that many resources. We don't have any iron. We don't have anything to really make much stuff and trade things away. However, we do have a lot of trees around. So I think we're going to remove the fishermen from the fishing hut, and we're going to assign some more families to logging. Now, as I said before, I want this whole area to be cut away because these are going to be farms. On this side of the road, we're going to have our more farmland. I'd like to keep some trees over here just because it makes the village nicer and prettier. And behind us, we have a lot of trees. Right here, there's a nice little forested area. So I think once our villagers are done clearing the area to the left, I'm going to move the logging camp, and we're going to put it right down here near this forest, and we're going to cut this entire forest. That'll give us a bunch of logs, a bunch of planks, and with all that wood, we're going to be hopefully able to build some joiners and some bowyers workshops once the village levels up, and that's going to be a source of income for the villagers. They'll be able to trade all of that away. So let's remove the fishermen from the fishing hut, and let's add 2 families to the logging camp. Let's set a maximum production limit for planks. Let's set it to, I think 25 should be fine. Now we will reset the work area for the loggers. Let's remove all of these trees. And now we just have to wait winter out. I'd also like to build a second farmhouse for the barley production, so that when our village is ready to grow to the next level, we already have a supply of barley, as the villagers are going to request ale and taverns at the next village level. We're going to place the farmhouse right here. And if we have a look at barley fertility, we are right next to that nice green patch of fertility. So let's build a field. Right here seems good. And eventually we'll move the woodcutter's camp away from here, and build a second field on the right. And spring is upon us. The snow is melting, the pond is thawing, and the villagers have survived their first winter. Now, during winter, I also added the second logging camp in the forest over there because our first logging camp was actually filled with logs. And once the storage is full, the loggers will stop the logging. So I built the second one right away over there. So let's add the fishermen back to work. I also added some backyards to these two plots right here. And I put beets and cabbages. And also upgraded both these plots to small holdings. So hopefully with a carrot plot, a beet, and a cabbage plot, all small holdings, that might help us reach the medium settlement level faster. Because that's going to help with our vegetable productions. And if we have vegetables, that should suffice for the requirements to level up the burgage plots. We also have a new message here. We've received reports of a band of raiders roaming the nearby lands. Should we track their steps? Yes, we will. So there are raiders nearby, and in exactly 1 year, they will start roaming the countryside and might attack us. So that means we need to prepare a militia. Right now, we have nobody defending the village. We have no weapons. We have nothing. That kind of worries me because you need to be able to produce those weapons if you want to arm your militia. And right now, we have 0 iron. We don't even have the source of iron yet. So I'm kind of worried. I think we're going to have to build a manor next. With the manor, you have the ability to hire an armed retinue, which they cost you money to hire, but you don't need to produce the weapons. They come already equipped with their own arms. The only problem with that is we have no money in the treasury. We are at 0, so we need to start taxing the population first. And that is also done through the manor page. So I think building a manor is going to be next on our list of priorities. I'm actually happy to show that off too because the manor building menu has been upgraded compared to previous versions. So that's going to be fun showing that off to you guys. But I think we're going to leave that for the next episode, as we've done quite a bit today. We've built up our church, we've upgraded all our backyards, and we've helped the villagers survive their first winter. In the next episode, we'll try and start the construction of our manor and start collecting some taxes so that when those raiders arrive, we'll be ready with soldiers. Thank you for joining me today. I had a blast making this video and I'd like to make more for you guys, so please drop a like and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. See you next time!